Hello and welcome to Un Momento Yoga. Thank you for spending this moment with us. Today we're going to do a really easy and gentle flow. So we're really focusing on stretching out our muscles and really massaging the fascia of our bodies. So without further ado, we're going to start off with some centered breathing. So just start an easy pose with our legs crossed, hands up if you want to receive, hands down if you want to ground. And just notice our breath here. Notice the natural rhythm of the breath. And on our next inhale, we're going to start counting. So we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that for 2 more breaths at your own tempo. And on our next inhale, we're going to come back to center, open up our eyes again if you had them closed. And we're just going to stretch our backs out. So seated position, we're going to go into cat-cow. So as we inhale, we're going to arch our backs, bring our shoulders up, back, and press them down into the body. And as we exhale, we're going to round those shoulders forward, creating an arch in our back. You can interlace your hands and bring them forward if that creates a better sensation for you. As we inhale, we're going to go back to cow. And exhale, coming back to cat pose. Work through 2 more rounds of that at your own tempo. And as we come back to center, we're going to reposition our legs to be in a bound angle. So creating a little bit more space and just bringing our feet together in front of us. From this pose, if you want a gentler release in the groin, you can put blocks underneath your knees to support there. We're going to bring our left hand all the way back and bring our right hand over to our knee, and we're going to go in for a stretch. We should feel a stretch in our side body. Pay attention to your chest. We want to be angling our chest toward the sky. Just providing a twist for the spine. On our next exhale, we're going to bring that left hand over the side of the body, bringing it close to our ear, and just reaching over to the right side, creating space. You should feel this a deep stretch in the side body, the left side body. Making sure we are rooting down with our sit bone, especially that left sit bone that's going to try to come up. You want to stay grounded. And on our exhale, we're going to come back to center and do the same on the other side. So we're going to bring that right hand all the way up and back, creating a kickstand. We're going to take that left hand onto our knee and just twist. Take a moment to come back to the breath. Notice how it's changed since the beginning of the practice. And on our next exhale, we're going to be bringing that right hand all the way up to the left side of the body. Bringing it close to our ear and rooting down through that right hip. that right hip is so important because we're creating a direct line of energy from the tip of our finger all the way down to our sit bone. And on our next inhale, we're going to come back. All right, from here, we're going to do some neck exercises. So we're going to bring our head, tip it to the right side. We're going to do half circles. So as we exhale, we're going to come to center, inhale, raising to the left side. Exhaling back to center. Inhaling to the right. Exhale back to center, inhale to the left. Exhale back to center, inhale to the right. Exhale back to center, inhale to the left. Okay. From here, we're gonna do some light strength exercises. So we're gonna come onto tabletop. This is the most wrist intensive pose we're gonna do for the day. We're gonna come onto our hands and knees, making sure that our shoulders are in line with stacked on top of our wrists, and that our knees are stacked right underneath our hip bones, okay? All right, so from here, we're gonna do maybe 3 more rounds of cat-cows. What do you guys say? So inhale, we're gonna arch our backs, bring your head forward. As we exhale, we're gonna round that spine. And feel free to do any movement here to facilitate that for you. We do our round. So last round, arching our back, raising our chest to the sky, and as we exhale, coming back to cat pose. All right, from here, we're going to be lifting. We're going to root down through making sure that our left hand is pressed on the earth. We're going to press through all 5 of our fingers, as well as the toes on the right hand side. So we're going to be bringing up our leg on the left side and also our hand on the right side. As we exhale, we're going to bring everything together. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, stretch. Feeling the tension created in your core. Also, if you're shaking, that's just energy being moved around in the body. Bringing everything down, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So most importantly, we're going to ground down through our right hand. So all 5 fingers and also the left toes. We're going to bring that right leg up and our hand up, making sure that our back foot is pointing towards the ground. Okay? So as we exhale, we're going to bring everything in. Inhale, going back up. See if you can shut out everything else, even my voice for a second, and just focus on breathing and matching that movement to your breath for 2 more rounds. And as we exhale, we're going to bring everything back down. And next, we're going to do a sort of chest opener. We're going to do puppy pose. So we're going to keep making sure that our hips are stacked over our knees, and we're going to slowly make our way towards the front of the mat. So bringing our hands forward And just dropping that chest as much or as little as feels comfortable for you. Personally, my chest doesn't touch the ground. Some days it does, some days it does not. And just breathing here. This pose is great to open up our shoulders, open up our chest. If you have blocks at home or even books, that might also be a good solution. You can even bring them underneath your shoulder or your elbows for an even deeper shoulder stretch. One more breath here. And exhale. All right, we're gonna come up. And that's a pretty intense pose. So to just get, to recenter ourselves, we're gonna do Sphinx for just one moment. So bring our hands in front of us, stacking our shoulders over our elbows. We're just gonna pretend that there's a string attached to our heads and we're pointing our crowns up to the sky. So root through the toes to make it a more active pose. So pressing down through the tops of your feet, feeling that in your thighs, and then feeling that energy shoot up through the crown of the head, just creating a really nice line of energy. All right, from here we're gonna come back onto our knees. We're gonna do thread the needle. So we're gonna bring our left hand all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're gonna thread that hand through. You can bring your elbow on the ground. Just breathe here. This is stretching out our shoulders in the opposite direction than when we first stretched it out. One more breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to come back up. Reaching that hand all the way up and planting it back on the ground. Same thing with our right side. So we're going to be bringing that right hand all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to thread it through. Taking 2 more breaths here. Okie doke. From here, we're gonna do a chest opener as well as a back bend. So we're gonna come onto the ground, right? And we're gonna bring our hands back towards us. Bring your feet towards your hands, and if they touch, if this is enough for you, then you can stay here. But for those who would like a challenge, just work with your body and try pressing the tops of your feet into your hands and feel the tug on your chest. Ground through the pelvic muscles as well as the bottom ribs. So 2 more breaths here. And release. Okay, from here we're gonna go onto our back and do some some stretches here. So we're gonna start off with doing supine pigeon. So like reclined pigeon. We're gonna bring our feet close to our bums, and we're gonna bring that left foot onto the tops of our knees, our right knee. Hugging that knee in. And you should feel this along the side of your left leg. If this is not accessible to you, you can also use a strap. And on our next exhale, we're going to release. Windshield wiper our knees. Release some of that tension that we built. Now we're gonna bring our right foot over our left knee, bringing that knee all the way in. You'll feel it right here. Opening up. I love reclined pigeon because it's so much more therapeutic. I just find it a lot easier to play with your own personal limitations and boundaries. It's always fun. All right, we're gonna shake that out. And from here, we're gonna do supported bridge. So we're gonna bring our feet as close as we can to our bums again, and rooting through our hands. We're gonna place our hands flat on the ground and just feel pressure underneath our hands, pressing the backs of our arms into the ground. We're gonna raise our pelvic off of the floor. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your hands, you can clasp them together underneath you and kind of shimmy your shoulders to the ground. Breathe here. On your next exhale, you can come out of that. And we're just gonna go into Savasana now. But first we're gonna hug everything in. So bring your knees close to our body, maybe adding a little bit of that happy baby for just a moment. My favorite poses. Swaying back and forth. Whoop. Up and down. All right, we're gonna release the happy baby, bringing our knees close to us and hugging them into our body, creating all the pressure, feeling all of our bones coming together, squeezing. And exhale, bringing everything flat to the ground. Whew. I'm just gonna take a moment here, noticing how our body feels in this moment, noticing how our breath feels in this moment. Yoga is a journey of discovery, and just every moment we're discovering more and more about our bodies. So I love it for that. Taking a moment of gratitude, thanking ourselves for showing up to the mat, thanking our feet for taking us everywhere we've ever gone. They don't know how to quit. They just keep taking us places and keep making sure that we get to places to see our loved ones. feeling the tension release in our jaw lines, in our face muscles, relaxing our foreheads, relaxing our eyebrows, relaxing our eyes. Just taking a moment to feel held by the earth. Taking a moment to slow down. Inhaling fresh, clean, beautiful air with new possibilities. Exhaling the old energy, the energy that makes you feel trapped. The energy that doesn't honor the brightness, uniqueness of you. Taking one more moment to thank yourself for being here, for getting here, for everything you've done to be here. And on our next inhale, we're gonna move over to our right hand side, coming into a fetal position. Feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like. As you get ready to go, we're going to press ourselves up to a seated position. Whew. Getting back into easy pose again. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, for taking the time to invest in understanding your body, understanding your mind. Thank you for all that you do in this world, for all the lives you touch, and for how you've handled the last 3 years. So keep in touch. Let me know what you thought of the practice. Let me know if you want some poses in particular for next one. Let me know what else you guys are into. And until next time, namaste.